Good morning, everyone. I'm Chavi from grade 7th B has made this video for the explanation of the chapter 1 tissues, plant tissue of biology, which is going to come in unit test 1. In this chapter, we are going to learn only the main points. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn what a tissue is, classification of plant tissue, meristematic tissue, permanent tissue, simple permanent tissue, and complex permanent tissue. So, in this, one jumpstart activity is there. Which word can be used to complete all this sentence? In this, only a single word is used at all the places. All living forms are made up of dash. We know that all the living forms are made up of cells. Some living forms are made up of just one cell. Each life forms a single dash performs all function of life. A cell. Some life forms are made up of many cells. Now, instead of dash, I am saying cells, okay? In such life forms, different group of cells performs different functions. Here, in all the places, instead of dash, I have said cell. Please write it down. Now, in between, I will say you to mark these points. So please take a highlighter in your hand. First, there are let's learn in the top of the chapter after heading. Please mark it. After that, introduction. In introduction, first I am going to read all the sentence and then I am going to explain it, okay? Introduction. A cell is a basic structural and functional unit of life. Mark the sentence. One, the basic of complexity, organisms are classified as unicellular organisms or multicellular organisms. In unicellular organisms, a single cell performs all the function of life. For example, amoeba and paramecium. Highlight this line. I'm highlighting too. In multicellular organisms, cells are classified to perform different functions. Highlight this too. For example, in human being, red blood cells carries blood, nerve cells carries impulse, and so on. Mark this line also. Till so on. These are very basic things. In multicellular organisms, cells that are similar in structure come together to perform a specific function. We have marked this line in short form above only, so no need to mark this line. A group of cells that is similar in structure and performs a specific function is known as a tissue. Start from the cell, leave a group of which are similar in structure and perform specific function is known as tissue. Mark till tissue. Tissue comes together to form the organs. We all know this. Organs come together to form organ system of the plant or animal body. Different organisms come together to form organism. There is a chart given on the page number 2 at the upper side. Just check it. After that, plant tissues. Mark this heading 2. Plant tissues have main organ systems, the root system and shoot system. The root system is made up of root and is generally below the ground. The shoot system, including the stems, leaves, flowers, fruit, and seed, it is generally above the ground. Classification of plant tissue. The organ system of plant are made up of two types: tissues, meristematic tissues, and permanent tissues. Underline this line. These tissues are classified into two basic types on the basis of ability of the cell to divide. After this, a plant tissue chart is given. In the below meristematic tissue, it is written that meristematic tissues are made up of cells that continuously divide through their life. And permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are made up of the cells that have lost the ability to undergo or, or divide. After that, the heading is there meristematic tissue. Please mark it. After it, the line is the region of plant body with meristem is known as meristematic tissue. Mark this line too. We can say that the region of the plant body with meristematic tissue is called as meristem. These both are correct. Meristematic tissues are composed of immature and undifferentiated cells that have not developed specialized structural or function. This will be now characteristics of meristematic tissue, page number 3. Meristematic tissue have ability to divide and redivide throughout the life of a plant body. Meristematic cells divide rapidly to form new cells. Mark this line. Structure of meristematic cell. Before that, we will do argument. Find out what tissue culture is a why meristematic tissue are used in plant tissue culture. Prepare a one-page report on your finding and sharing answer in your class. After that, mark the point structure of meristematic tissue and all the points of it. The points are the cells may be cuboidal, round, oval, or polygonal in shape. Means they may be cuboidal, oval, round, or polygonal. Just check. You used word pakdo pakdo in your whole life at many places. Instead of pakdo, PCRO pakdo. Remember this. P for polygonal, C for cuboidal, R for round, and O for oval. After that, they are small, thin-walled, and closely packed with little or no intercellular space. Means The tissues are thin walled, means it has very thin wall like our skin and closely packed with little or no intercellular space. Means these tissues are first thin walled, then closely packed to each other. If they are closely packed, so of course there will be no intercellular space. Just check it. Meristematic tissue, mother tissue. The structure of the body of meristematic tissue, structure of the body of mother, thin. After that, they contains a clearly visible large size nucleus and are a large amount of cytoplasm. Means they have a large amount of nucleus and large amount of cytoplasm. The vacuoles are few, small in size and sometimes absent. There are four categories of meristematic tissue. First is Pakro. In the Pakro stands for the shape of meristematic tissue: polygonal, cuboidal, uh, round, and oval. After that, they are thin-walled. They have no intercellular space and they are closely packed. Third point, they have large size nucleus and a large size cytoplasm. Fourth point, the vacuoles. Let me think. Huh. Mothers are very soft to touch. The vacuoles are very small or absent sometimes. Remember by this trick? I know that you will get bored in this video, but in this video I will explain a single thing for biology test that you may get out of marks in that. After that, function of meristematic tissue. Mark this. But no need, we have marked it already. The cell the cell constantly divide into increasing of length and girth of plant. The meristematic cells give rise to various parts of the plant and keep plant growing. What are the function? It used to divide the plant cells. It is uh, pre- present in the tip of the plant, in roots, and in the middle stem, and it helps to plant keep growing continuously. They are the location of meristematic tissue. They are found at the growing points of the plant. For example, shoot tips and root tips. Now, after that, types of meristematic tissue. This time, drawing a roughly sketch to make you understand about the types of meristematic tissue. These are the three types of tissues: apical meristematic tissue, intercalary meristematic tissue, and lateral. In this, the stereotype is the apical is present at the upper point of the plant. Apical upper. Apical upper. Apical is loved by all the most of the people. So if we will calculate in whole India by bar chart, the people who love pickles is more. So apical, where it is present at the top or tip of the plant. Hmm? After that, intercalary means it is present at intergallery. Instead of C, I am using G. Intergallery. This is present at the gallery part, which is not more upper and not at the ground level. It is at the medium. Suppose you are having a private house. The downside part you called as angan. The middle part you call as gallery and the upper part you call as terrace. So in the gallery, it is not so much up, it is not so much down. It is responsible for increase in length of branches and leaves. It is present in middle, so it is responsible for the growth of branch and leaves. After that, lateral. Lateral, flat rel. It is present at the lateral side of the plant, means at the corners of the plants. It is responsible for growing or increasing in diameter of the plant. Diameter, do you know? For example, this is a circle and its center. The line which passes through the center is known as its diameter. My circle is थोड़ा ऊबड़ खाबड़, so please don't mind. So, do you have understand till here? Let us proceed. Permanent tissue. The permanent tissues are made up of cells that lost their ability to divide and have attained a permanent shape and size. Mark this line. These tissues are found when all meristematic cells lost their abilities to divide. They differentiate and take up specific function. Next, permanent tissues are classified into simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Now, the permanent tissues are also classified in two types: simple and complex. Simple. Simple permanent tissue is made up of one kind of cells, and complex permanent tissues are made up of one or more than one types of cells. One kind, simple. Mm, he use only one pair of clothes every day. It's a simple thing. He use more than one. He use two or more than two pair of clothes in a day. Complex thing. This is the study. In simple, protective and supportive. The simple permanent tissue means the men who live simple can become SP, means sub principle. After that, in complex, xylem and phloem. In xylem and phloem, this is easy. If there are two types, protective and supportive are in simple, so xylem and phloem will be in complex. Now, let me draw a diagram to make you understand about xylem and phloem. This is the main stem which is located at the middle of the plant. This middle one. In this, there are two types of cell, means stems, which is known as xylem and phloem. Xylem takes the water from the root of the plant to shoot of the plant. Uh, and phloem takes the water from root to shoot, from shoot to root. Huh. So, now I will explain the protective and supporting in a I mean in more appropriate manner. Okay. In simple permanent tissue, there are two types: protective and supportive. The protective permanent tissue protects the entire cell of the plant. The supportive permanent tissue supports the entire cell of plant. Easy. In supportive, there are three types. Parenchyma. Parenchyma is made up of living cells. What is the structure? Parenchyma are large, thin-walled cells that are isodontous in shape. They are loosely packed with large intercellular space between them. These cells contain a nucleus, dense cytoplasm, and a single large vacuole. Parenchyma parents. How are parents? Soft and spongy. They may be, or they hear our talks and they allow us for the things which we need. They bring us the things which we need. So parents are soft and spongy. So the location of parenchyma is innermost layer of outer and innermost layer of leaves, stems and roots. The parenchyma have large thin walled and they are equally expanded from the shape. But sometimes when we do a wrong thing, our parents have a large amount of weapons to beat us, like danda, kulcha, chammach, bale, and all the things. After that, they have they have loosely packed and they have a large intercellular space in between them. Means in our parents' memory, it's slowly packed if we will fill, and there are intercellular spaces. If we will fill any gadavar like some teachers speak some different about the student feel bad and told to the parents by putting up one mirch masala and keeping it between the bread. The parents took inside the intercellular space inside their mind and go and fight with the teacher. After that, when they get whole issue, they used to be sorry for what they have done in the school. So here, parent karma has 2 points about parent karma. They are thin-walled and they are thin-walled. They are equally expanded from every side. They have large intercellular spaces. And this type of cells contain nucleus, a single large vacuole, and cytoplasm. After that, the location of this are, I've told you, layer of the leaf, outer and outer and innermost layer of roots and stems. What are the function? Means the parent karma plays an important role in photosynthesis, storage of food and water, and supply for plants. Means they play parent karma, photosynthesis, PP, and storing of food and water. Parents used to store food and water the whole month grocery for us, for our family, and they build a support for the plant. We are plants, and parent karma are plants. They build support and push us towards forward to be grown fast. After that, the parent karma contains cytoplasm and take part in photosynthesis are known as chlorine karma. Chlorine karma. And the parent karma, which is present in plants like hydrilla, have a large intercellular space between them, filled with the air, is known as aerenchyma. Now we will learn about chlorenchyma. Chlorenchyma is simply living general structure. Chlorenchyma are elongated polygonal living cells that do not have any intercellular space between them. Means the teachers are the one who, who do not hear this type of nonsense talks of students. The cells of the chlorenchyma are thick. They do not allow anyone to go between the class anywhere. At the corners, the door is present at the corner. They are very thick and strict at the corners. The location. The the collenchyma is primary supportive tissue in plant part of dicot. It is found below the epidermis of the stems and in the stalks of the leaf. Means they are the growing point from where the leaves grow, and they are found in epidermis of the stem. Function is they provide flexibility to plant that it can bend but should not break. Like happens sometimes कि the teachers provide the flexibility to the students from their knowledge which they contains that they should not bend at any part of the life in the whole world. And now the last but not the least, Skelencamp. Did you know who are the students? Yeah, they are Skelencamp. Scalenchyma are made up of dead cells. The students are the one who is stuck between the parenchyma and chlorenchyma, and they both kill them. So the students are dead. The parenchyma forced to do something to scalenchyma. The collenchyma forced to do something to scalenchyma. By doing all this work, they are dead. And one more example, for the name of study, they are dead, and for the name of playing, they are alive. So now we are doing the studies. So please be reminded, for the name of studies, they are dead. So the general structure. First, the scalenchyma do not take any part in the situation between parents and teachers. But it is not true, huh? All the situation is made by the students only. The general structures are they are long, we are long, means हम जो बातें होती है ना लंबा चौड़ा के खींचते हैं. Narrow with thick wall, they are narrow means narrow with thick wall due to the deposition of lining. And are pointed with both the ends means they use मतलब हम जो स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं वो अपने एक पॉइंट से खिचड़ी भी पकाते हैं और एक पॉइंट से दाल भी पकाते हैं. मतलब एक पॉइंट से पैरेंकाइमा को पकाते हैं, एक पॉइंट से कोलोनकाइमा को पकाते हैं. मतलब कुछ एक पॉइंट से जो इंजेक्शन होता है ना वायरस का, कुछ भी अपने अपने उल्टी फुल्टी बातों का पेरेंट्स को लगाते हैं और दूसरे साइड से टीचर्स को लगाते हैं. पेरेंट्स पे असर हो जाता है, टीचर्स पे असर होता ही नहीं है. Means they have the luminous is blocked by deposition of lining. Means deposition of study, our mind is blocked. The location they are found in hard parts of the body. Means parents are soft and flexible. Teachers are not that much, but they are. But the scalenchyma is not soft at all in any situation. But in reality, students are very soft. They are found in vein of the leaves, seed coat, shell of the nut, and husk of the coconut. These are the common examples. The scalenchyma tissues are very hard and stiffy. They provide a mechanical strength and the rigidity to plant, means they provide a mechanical support and rigidity to plant. Now done, I have already explained you about the xylem fluid. Now our concept is clear. The people who have already subscribed me in the previous video and commented on my videos are Kritika, Aishwari, Ananya, and Akshita, and so on. So if you will subscribe or comment on my video or like it, I will generally take your name. Okay? Thank you. For today, this is sufficient. In the part 2 of this video, I will explain about the animal tissues. Thanks.